So I was gonna record myself crab walking across this footbridge landmark, which is a historical landmark, I guess. It might have had this kind of wood back then, old railroad ties. But the stupid, oh, here's a first built way back in 1861. Yeah. But my stupid GoPro Max shut off after 10 seconds in the 360 mode. It just shuts off for no reason. How frustrating. Alright, this is one of the sketchiest looking back alleys I've ever seen going to a library. It's not really getting complete electricity, or they moved the box, because there's definitely 1 meter. But you got an electrical system with hornet's nest. Ugh. And all kinds of rundown things. This area is not being cared for at all in any way. In fact, there's no roof. This building has no roof. Old air conditioner, roof caved in. No electricity, of course. Just falling apart. All the buildings that are inclusive of this in this alley. There's some electricity though. Oh yeah, there's a tool shop. And they're stocked Navarro bricks. Pretty run down. Not a good sign. I'm gonna see if the library will be open for COVID. Alright, just walking around this softball park area, and look what we have here. Your basic bars, high bars, some kind of, I don't know what they do with this exactly, but pull-up bars, and then the parallel bars, pull-up bars and parallel bars. Basic things you could put in parks, which they did in the 70s, and they rotted out and they gave up. But the basic things, just bring your own gloves and these things work great. Yeah, that's a nice gauntlet station for exercise. I am so incredibly weak on pull-ups. I'm just so angry about getting so weak. I have avoided pull-ups and just worked with rows mostly, because that's all I can do with my resources. And I've gotten weak. We got the swimming pool that's full of water, maybe from rainwater, but they could drain it, I suppose. Okay, here's my hands.
What are you doing?
Here, take a look. You can see plain view. I'm just sitting here.
No, I can't see inside the vehicle. That's why I'm asking. I have several people that are calling in concerned about your vehicle being parked here with the windows covered.
Yeah, I covered them up. It's Sunday. I mean, daily. You understand. You don't look like you understand. Why are you giving me that blank stare?
I'm not, sir.
What's the complaint exactly? Just the covering of the windows?
That there is a suspicious vehicle in the parking lot where kids play.
Yeah?
Shoes outside, the windows covered.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
Do you have your license?
For what?
So that I can identify you?
Is this a traffic stop?
No, sir. This is a complaint.
Yeah? All right. Well, did you identify the complainants? Who are they? I mean, I saw some people around. I guess those are the people that called. Do you know who they are?
I don't.
You asked for their ID?
I have not spoke with them. Our dispatcher
Okay.
said, may I see your ID, sir?
You got quite a surprised look on you.
I don't.
You're not jacked up on energy drinks or anything, right?
Sir, may I see your license?
What's the crime?
I told you that your suspicious vehicle parked in a parking lot where there's lots of children.
Do you know where this is going? Is that a misdemeanor or is it felony? Daly? D. Daly. What's your first name?
I'm Sergeant Daly with the Russ Police
Sergeant D. Daly.
My badge number is 104.
I don't care. Whatever that means. Where do I look up a badge number? City of Russ.
Provide your license?
Well, will you give me your license?
I don't have
I'll exchange. What? You're driving without a license? Why would you be doing that? That's kind of illegal.
Can I get that returned? My license is in my vehicle. I have it on me at
all
sure.
Times. Yeah, let's. I don't see what the problem is. I mean, you're escalating this issue. Here. All right.
Washington, Adam, Queen,
Yeah.
5545.
Okay.
May I see your license so that I can
May I see,
identify
yes,
you?
may I see your license so that I can identify you fully? I need to see a picture ID, please. One picture ID from D-Daily, please.
No, sir.
No, sir?
No, sir.
Ma'am, are you a ma'am or a sir? I can't tell.
Go ahead.
Can you, what? Oh, you're here to, oh, you got,
I'll be right back.
I mean, oh, all right. Whoops. No. How did? Oh, excuse me.
Back
Yep.
away from my vehicle, please.
Yep.
All
Well,
right, Travis.
what's up?
Here's the deal. So
What's
there's
that?
several people that are concerned
Yeah,
about this.
I'm sorry
because
that
you look
happened.
suspicious, okay?
Yeah.
They're worried about the children and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So if you could maybe just keep the covers off the
Well,
windows, and that
it's-
would put them
yeah.
at ease, okay?
Yeah.
Have a great day.
Okay. Yeah. You too. All right, there she goes. I wonder if cattails just don't do so well, or maybe they haven't reached this area behind the Walmart and I forget the name of the city. Even though this breaks easy, I don't trust it. It's too aquatic. Well, so many aquatic plants are just no good. I need to get more vegetation from inland, further inland than this stuff. They break so easy. But that's, I mean, that's a reed. It's pretty much a reed. This is a lot of wet ground. There's a lot of different kinds of other vegetation that are safe. No homeless activity behind the Walmart. I didn't see any. It's just not, this isn't Lufkin. Behind the Lufkin Walmart. No homeless activity. They put this pulling out of Walmart. Looks kind of new. They put a new sign over it too. There's an old one that's stapled over. Right across the street from the Cracker Barrel. This house looks pretty neat. Alright. It almost looks abandoned through the woods. But it has lights on. Car parked in there. Alright, Cracker Barrel. So they encourage people to overnight park, but RV and bus, but for the big vehicles, I don't know, they probably would allow cars too if they're welcoming the larger vehicles. They're saying their parking is over here. So I guess I could just, if I wanted to get away from Walmart, if they have good Wi-Fi here, it'd be real tempting. What do you prefer, the Whataburger or the Wiener Schnitzel? Alright, I'm behind the Lufkin Mall. Along the stream, I guess maybe it's a flood path that was man-made. And I'm gonna bicycle from the Walmart to the library. That's sort of downtown. 3-mile difference. Just to do a little exploration of Lufkin. I like to see the woods. So I guess I'm following the creek a little bit on my way to the library. This is nice. I wasn't too enthused about taking that road. I mean, I like to see the businesses and stuff, what kind of activity there is on the road, but to get away from it is nice. I don't like to go up and down the same place, at least. Take this to the library and then maybe the road back. And this is interesting. Trail under surveillance. Like, that's a clue that some bad behavior is happening. All right. This is on the trail, but I didn't really, oh my God, my seat. I didn't notice any activity. They're on top of it. There is no way in heck you'd catch me parking at this park, which is not too far from the library. There's no way in heck I would drive into here, the park. It's a bit sketchy, even this early. All right, left on Kurt. They got a fence around this apartment complex. Yeah, I would not park my car here, anywhere. All right, at the front doors of the library, and look at that, no loitering. That is bad news. And I got 10 minutes to wait, I guess. On the Google Maps, it says 9. Oh, I got a welcome station. So, Lufkin is a tough area. I mean, I'm only looking in the south area. I saw a cop who's stationed, watching over like a section, just parked. That's a bad sign. And then just the sketchiness. There's little bits and pieces that add up to a story of what's been going on around here. How tough the libraries are on the visitors is a good sign of how bad it is. All right, standing in front of the library, you can see how the fencing is here. They let it be built right up to the curb practically. No sidewalk, and fence is practically right up to the curb. And it's all kinds of different types of fence, and it really looks trashy. When they don't regulate the fence, I'm starting to believe that is a good sign of the sketchiness of a city. So the permafrost may be 8 feet in Rice Lake, Wisconsin. You gotta dig and put pipes 8 feet into the ground for that. But you don't have to worry about flooding as much. You don't have to make deep channels to control the flooding water. But in the south, they don't have the permafrost issues, but they still got to dig some channels pretty deep in preparation for floods. It's kind of an interesting trade-off. All right, I got kind of woken up a little bit by this guy that went, whoa, and he's like, bicycle, it looks new, just grab it, dude. He was talking to himself. Seems like bicycle thieves have a tendency to talk to themselves, because I've heard this several times around my bicycle. On a separate occasion, somebody said, rusty chain. Who makes those kind of comments? I think he was on bicycle. Seemed like a shadow was moving kind of fast. A little bothersome. I got all the locks in place. Still, it's a little bothersome. Alright, you look around enough and you will find up camp. I see one's over here and it looks fairly recent on the left side of the Sam's Club. It's a bit of a clearing. Seems like a nice spot. They crumpled down the tent and it stayed crumpled for a long time. Looks moldy inside there. Chair, yeah, the chair looks beat up, but kind of new, maybe a year old. I don't know what they would wrap the tarp around for, and there's a bowl, like for a pet. Yeah, somebody had a bit of a clearing out here that they abandoned. My car is not parked too far away. It might be straight down that way, like the people parked where I parked, and then we're living in just in the woods, possibly. Yeah, I would say it's about a year old, maybe. Ah, geez, I'm kind of looking for a new pot. My pot's still functioning fine enough, but you know, but something bigger. It doesn't have a lid though. That's a bit of a problem. So I could see my car. Then there's this moat. A little difficult to cross. I don't know where they were crossing it. And then the camp straight ahead. You can see the type of people that were out here. They left their stuff, they left their pipe. It was in this bag here. It was a really light bag. I just used my sticks and loose. Well, actually, it was underneath the bag. So that's where they left their pipe. Yeah, there's a couple of pots, the small pots I could use actually. And I'm gonna take a look in this tent. Try to get in there. They left some stuff in there. Alright, I sort of messed up their campment a little bit. Found this flashlight, but it's all cracked. It's some rechargeable flashlight that was inside the tent. What got my attention though for this little video is this the shovel, the double-headed shovel. This person was an inventor. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, they even put a bolt there. It's a nice strong pipe, and it's a double-headed shovel. I guess it's like self-made. You can't really buy these in stores. Interesting. Right, so as I sit here in this chair, see. I look over, and this silver chain was hanging, and now I have a magnet on me, and I tested to see if this was had a magnet attraction, and it doesn't. This doesn't look like silver though, but it's not magnetized, so it's not steel. I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to look at how you test for silver again. Maybe aluminum? It's a necklace. Maybe I could start wearing a necklace from this this addict. I am amazed how the blue stem grass is it's growing leaves as big as the Indian grass. The further south I get, it's got bushier tops, thicker leaves, and I'm not seeing the Indian grass so much now. All right, I just got some hay. I bought hay bales. I paid $6 for hay bales. Something that I could get for free if I come across a farm field, but I haven't. It'll have to this will supplement when I don't find hay, and it says the types of grasses that are in here on the side. Well, I just take the package off. Okay, here we go. Oak grass. Yeah, all of that. I'll have to look into maybe broom grass. I don't know. Like maybe one could be poisonous. I'll have to find out the hard way. They're just hay bales. I'll break them up and just add them to the teapot. Like I already have some blue stem in there. Looks a little moldy, but it should be fine. I wanted to add something else to this, and this will work. And this is different from what I was getting, which I can't find in my car. It's such a mess. But look at this. This is something that's sold to people. They call it oat straw. What's the difference between oat straw and tall oat grass? Not too much. All right, I was able to make room and stuff this whole thing in here, but will this thing actually get all moist? It needs to be broken up. I think that the center will stay dry after boiling this. Well, I have some regrets. I broke it up just over this and it got kind of messy. It spilled over the edges. When I break up these pellets, when I break up the pellets, I got this bowl, I need to like do it in a bigger thing, and then when it's ready, put it in the teapot. Can't break it over the teapot. It's just a little messy. Alright, so I put them in this bread bag. That should hold. Maybe double bread bag it. I've been keeping the bread bags. I like to buy bread. The Ezekiel. My main regret is that they're not harvesting alfalfa. I mean, they're not feeding pets alfalfa, which is really unfortunate. Alright, I'm boiling 2 pots of this. Trying it for the first time. Some of them are herbs I'm not familiar with. I mean, if the smell of hay is pleasant and the taste of hay is pleasant, it can't be that bad. Farmers must have discovered out of desperation, when their crops fail, wheat fields may fail, with the seed at least, that they could just boil the grass and get some nutrition out of that. They must have discovered that out of necessity. I mean, not every year has been successful for farmers, but the grass still grows and you can still get a little nutrition out of that at least. But I'm not boiling grass out of desperation. I'm finding that there's other nutrients in the grass that are not in the seed. All right, I bought a straw hat and I'm gonna try to preserve it in this car. Maybe I can avoid shuffling it overall by just magnetizing it to the car ceiling. The only challenge will be when I want to shuffle blankets around in that area. It'll be getting hit, but I'll be treating it with a lot of care, sunny as it gets down in the south. At this history center, looks like it's going to cost money. They got outdoor displays. I guess that's the free part. So we got blue stem grass, we got Indian grass side by side here on display. Two very prevalent natural grasses. I guess probably were here before Europeans came. They got on display as part of the history center display. How long you guys been closed?
Well, pretty much since the pandemic started.
What, oh, May or something?
Yeah.
You guys didn't even try to open up yet? Or open up again?
Well, we're open by appointment only.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looks like you guys got some people here. How's your schedule today?
Yeah, they make appointments.
How's your schedule today?
We're pretty much filled up today.
Oh, yeah? Wow, you're busy?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, all right. Yeah, see, I didn't realize, you know, you open the door right up and,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
usually people, when they lock places up, they, you know.
Yeah. Well, there's a little sign right there. We have the messages here as well.
Oh, researchers? Oh,
Yeah, just
all right.
research.
Well, I can volunteer. What do you need volunteers
No,
for?
You need to apply for that.
Oh, well, how do you apply? I mean, it doesn't show where you apply for that.
Well, you need to make an appointment for that as well.
You have to make an appointment to apply, and then how do you make an appointment then? I don't see any phone number.
Yeah.
Where's the phone? Or how do you make contact to do an appointment so you can apply to be a volunteer?
Well, just send me an email.
Who are you? Well, what's your
I'm the
email?
director, Jonathan Girl.
All right, why don't you have that on the? Oh, wait, do you have it? Okay, you don't have it on the
But
front.
you- but
Oh,
you can do
all
it.
right. You go to this website,
Right.
the
Yeah.
History Center online. It's just not associated with that.
Yeah.
It's-
Yeah.
But we got to like put two and two together. Okay. All right.
All right, well, have a good day.
All right. What is going on at the Civic Center? Is it something to do with COVID? They got all these trucks spaced out from each other. Buses. All parked at the Civic Center. The Civic Center is closed. I tried all the doors. Bathrooms. And like trailers. And, well, okay, maybe it's part of the railroad. They're parking all their vehicles. Because that looks like a symbol from a distance. So the railroad is using the Civic Center parking lot for their parking lot because likely the Civic Center is closed to the public. There's a sign that said masks are required. But because of the inactivity, because of COVID, because they still got their museum closed, they are able to use it for the railroad. And then it looks like they got keeping community safe. They had some kind of a presentation here. Warm up to work. Perform these exercises every day. And it's a lectern. And they got water. The Thai South Union Pacific. All these bathrooms. Speed wall. And they're doing it in the dark too. They got the lights. All using the Civic Center for their operation. It's really strange. I've never seen such a use at a Civic Center. I'll tell you what, it's pretty important to mix dried herbs with the fresh stuff. I got fresh needles in here from a needle plant, and by itself it's not great, but it has nutrition that I want, but I want to improve the taste. And all I put in was this nature salad stuff. It's dry, and the dry herbs taste better. There's just a better taste to dry herbs, but I think it's still important to get some of that fresh stuff, boil some of that fresh stuff. That's the whole reason why I started boiling in the teapot directly. But the dry stuff definitely improves the taste, and with almost any kind of herb. Right in Livingston, venturing behind the Walmart, there's a big wooded area between the Walmart and then there's a park that I kind of want to make. I can get there a little bit easier with these sticks. They really keep my balance. But I have now come across quite an interesting spot here. Quite a aluminum can recycling person's dream. Somebody was camping out here and just drinking themselves stupid. It looks like a camp. Maybe they had all this money and they were just going back and forth from Walmart to their camp here, and then they just abandoned it. What a trash pile. It's just in the thick of things. This is probably a couple years old. MD 2020. A couple years old probably, because getting back here, there's no trail. There's no clear trail to get back here. I had difficulty. Alright, as I pull layer upon layer off, it's clear that there's quite a camp out here. There's more than one tent, obviously. 3 or 4 at least. And they were all piled up. Who would do that? They just suddenly leave, but pile up their tents in one spot. This is kind of a big one. Maybe one you could stand up on. Cushion, sleeping bag. So, yeah, it's all rotted enough to be worthless. This is several, 1, 2, 3, just more than one tent. That's obviously one, that's one. They had a party out here. One person didn't do all this. Yeah, tarps over there. There's more than one person out here. All right, I'll just make comments and look at it from a distance here. That dead calf rotting over there, I could smell it from a distance. And I wanted to try to look for this rotting smell, and now I see it. It's off this trail. And let me just say, it's a very foul smell, but it's not making me puke. Makes me wonder if I'm getting less sensitive to bad smells. That's not very promising. Alright, he's got his warning sign up and his name and his phone number. It looks fairly new. So that's a pretty good warning right there. Might have even put like a camera to watch people. This is quite a grass. Probably not the type of grass I want to use for tea. Yeah, that cuts. That's very tough. I believe that's poisonous. Yeah, nice looking trail. You don't want anybody even walking down it. Alright, here's a clear difference between the blue stem grasses. You got the smaller northern ones that don't get bushy on the top and have small curled leaves. And then on the right here is bushy on the top with big leaves, big curly leaves. There's a clear difference between the two. Alright, there's this odd kind of mushroom. Oh my god, does it make poop too? That seems to like stink. and it like breaks like bread, and it attracts a lot of flies like it's a dead carcass, but it makes a green gel. I'm sure it makes that right at the top there. It's orange so it can be found. It stinks like rotting corpse. It attracts flies, and then there's that stuff. I don't know how it would eat the flies though. There's another one, but it does smell like there's a carcass. There's a bunch. Okay, so I need to keep my distance from the deer feeder. There's a deer stand and a deer feeder. I shouldn't be too far from the park. I won't go through here again. They're definitely... I heard a snort behind me. I'm sure that was a deer. This guy's attracting deer to this location. Here we have one of those abandoned houses from people living on the highway. I think the 75-mile-an-hour highway. They sound like they're going that fast. And a house is abandoned amongst a lot of other houses. I'm coming up on the back side, traveling through the forest. I guess I would have seen this if I... Ooh! Nice wire. Barbed wire. If I decided to take the highway to go back to Walmart, but I wanted to take the wood since these sticks give me confidence. I don't trip so much. Maybe it wouldn't be so visible. It's kind of ways back. So the roof fell down for the shed, maybe. Got a pig pen. Had a maybe front porch where the wall fell out. Using old wood boards. Yeah, this is like a front porch. And the door is closed. Is there anything in here? Let me just poke. You poke first. Alright, I can't really see. Yeah, this could be really ready to go. I'm sure I could get in there. Alright, here's the door. Plywood, military bag. It was a vet. So this is more like a barn that's raised up for flooding, because they got hay at the bottom. It's more of a barn. Nobody could have been living here. Watch out, a bug. LD. What does LD stand for? They really don't have windows. It's all homemade with scrap, and it was getting electricity. Fenced in. Wow. Fenced in. Yeah, you wouldn't see this from the highway. If I wanted to walk back, I guess I wouldn't see this. Completely, everything is overgrown. Yeah, no windows. So just kind of like a dark barn that's raised up. I bet somebody probably lived here, but they lived really poorly. Imagine just living along the highway. How long did they put up with that for in this place? I see I got a gate that I can go through. I don't have to fight the wires. They still got it well barbed wire with 2, 3, 4 lines. This is one of the biggest colonies of ants I've seen. They got some big holes that they go in and out of. They might be the leaf cutters, but out in the middle of the forest here, they've created a clearing for themselves. Yeah, there's no way you could take a dog through that. Just take the walking sticks and go yourself. Dogs need trails. Alright, it's nice to take the back roads. of Livingston because it's extremely busy right now on those main roads. And as after 3, just after, I think, so it's just rush hour for school. Oh, I was about to say the library looks closed, but parking is on the other side. Alright. Bicycle,
There's one in the parking lot at this
it's
end
on
of
that
the
end?
building.
Oh, is there an entrance on that end?
No.
Okay, so I'd have to park and then walk around to here.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yep, I'm a visitor.
Hi.
Visitor.
Okay. If you would sign in on the book here,
Okay.
there's no charge, I just want to